All right, folks, thank you for tuning in. We're going to go over the commercial driver's license Class A skills test. Skills test consists of 4 exercises. You got your forward stop, straight line backing, your forward offset tracking, and your reverse offset backing. Now, a couple of some information consist of the test rules. You have 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes to complete the test. You want to You want to do things nice and slow while you're moving. While you're moving the truck in the test, you can't be shifting the truck if it's a stick, and you can't slam the freaking throttle like if you're gonna go like you're in a drag race. The truck has to be idle. Idle means put the truck in gear, let off the clutch, and let it move on its own. You'll use the brake and the clutch to stop the truck. Automatic. Put the truck in drive. Sometimes the trucks will not go right away because it's a built-in safety feature. You got to feather the throttle to give the truck a little bit of forward movement for it to start moving. But you're not going to slam on the throttle, right? If you go past the boundary lines for whatever exercise you're doing, you're going to fail. If you go, if the part of the truck goes above across the lines, it's going to be considered an encroachment. If you hit the cone, it's 3 points because there's going to be 2 points for the cone and 1 point for the pull up. Every time you pull forward, it's a pull up. You get free pull ups. Uh, Forward stop is one continuous movement. Straight line backing, you get one pull up to get straight. Your forward offset tracking, it's one continuous movement. You cannot stop. That's 5 points if you stop. And forward stop, if you're not inside the box, it's 5 points. Your reverse offset, you can back up and you can stop a million times. It does not matter. You can pull forward. You can pull forward twice without any points. You get 2 free pull-ups, and you get 2 get out and looks. I see the 2 get out and looks. I leave that for the end when I'm checking to make sure that the bumper of the truck is inside the box. All right, so let's go to the next slide. Exercise 1, your forward stop. You will demonstrate your ability to judge the front of your vehicle during a controlled stop. You're going to drive forward. You're going to drive through the alley and stop at the front part of the vehicle within the box at the end of the alley without passing it. You have to pull forward. You cannot pass the box. You pass the box, it's an automatic failure. Let's keep going. You're going to start here. This is a bunch of pictures. I have pictures, and I'm narrating, and I have a bunch of pictures. This is what you see from inside the windshield. From inside the cab, as you look forward, you should be in the center of the alley. When you're pulling through the alley, check your mirrors. Wherever your truck is, wherever your trailer is, your truck is. This alley is 12 feet wide. The truck, for the most part, is about 9.5 feet to 10 feet wide. So you barely have about 1.5 feet on either end. The closer you are to the center, the easier it is going to be for you to do the maneuvers. Let's keep going. This is what the examiner sees, or this is like, you're going to start here just ahead of the cones. You're going to pull all the way down to the end of to the end of the alley, and then you're going to put that front bumper inside that box in the front. So this is another view. You start there, past the cones. You're going to drive through the alley, and you're going to stop here. This is the finish line, right? You got the last set of cones. There's a 3-foot box here, right? Remember, you can only stop once. You stop before the box, and you're not in the box. It's 5 points. If you go beyond this boundary line in the box, it's an automatic failure. It's going to be like if you hit something, like you ran into a wall or something. Let's keep going. As you pull forward, see where the front of the truck is? I pull forward. My truck is inside the box. Let's see how good it is. Right there. See? I don't want to go past this line. If I go past this line, I mess up. And I want to have the truck, the bumper within the first 3 feet. All right. Now, what the examiner is going to do, he's going to pull you forward to set you up for the next maneuver. He's either going to give you a hand signal, so you got to look in the mirror, or he's going to have like a little electronic whistle thing. Just keep going. Number 2, it's the straight line backing, right? You will demonstrate your ability to back a vehicle in a straight line. As he pulls you forward, right? He's going to pull you forward for you to line you up for the straight line backing, because you got to back up 100 feet. Remember, these cones are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 100. 20 feet intervals in between the cones. This opening here is 57 feet. Right? We're not worried about that now. We're just doing our straight line backing. You're allowed 1 free pull up, and you may exit the vehicle only 1 time to check around the vehicle. Set your parking brake all the time. Shift to neutral. Sound your horn when you have completed the exercise. You're going to pull forward. This is like, you're going to pull forward until he gives you the hand signal. Right? You're going to go past the box. He'll give you the hand signal, electric whistle, or what have you. Then he's going to tell you, he's going to give you the instructions. Right? Now you're going to start here, and you're going to finish beyond the cones. You're going to back through the alley into the front of your vehicle, has cleared the last set of cones. At the far end of the alley, you will be scored for pull-ups, encroachments, and final position. You're allowed 1 free pull-up and may safely exit the vehicle only 1 time to check around the vehicle. Set your parking brake, shift to neutral, and sound your horn when you have completed the exercise. Do you understand? Yes. If you don't understand, he's gonna take you out the truck, and he's gonna show you what he wants you to do. When you get in and out of the truck, remember 3 points of contact. If you don't do it, it's automatic failure. Let's keep going. So this is another picture. You can see you're looking in your mirrors. You can see you can see where you're going to start off just barely past the cones, and then you're going to back all the way up through the alley in a straight line until you get to the far end of the alley past the cones. As you're backing up, right, you want to be able to maintain the truck straight in the line. If you get a bit of a little squiggly line here, just stop and pull up. And when you get 1 free pull up, and you get 1 get out and look. You keep backing. You want to finish here. You want to pass the cones, right? You're going to go straight back until you clear the last set of cones with your front bumper, right? You want to be right here when you finish. You're going to back up, go past the last set of cones, pop the brake, put the truck in neutral, and beep the horn. The examiner's standing right here, right? So the examiner's right here. You beep the horn, he grades you. Exercise 3. You got your forward offset tracking. You will demonstrate your ability to maneuver a vehicle around other objects while moving forward, right? You're going to start here where you just finished. You're going to drive through the alley, and then you're going to you're going to drive forward and steer to the left through the opening into the opposite lane, right? You're going to go through the opening into the opposite lane. The rightmost rear tire, the back tire of the truck, the trailer tire has to be between the cone and the line, right? You're not permitted to exit the vehicle during this exercise. You can't back up, right? You have to, as remember, it's a continuous movement. If you stop, it's 5 points. As you pull forward, uh, when you exit here, I always tell people, uh, I'm gonna turn the wheel left, 1, 2, 3, and then turn the wheel right, 3, 2, 1 to get straight in my mirrors. As my back tire crosses this dotted white line, when I split the tire with the white line, then I do 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 on my right steering. I'm not gonna do hard. I'm gonna go, turn the steering wheel about 50% on both occasions. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. My reference point is here now because I'm gonna try to, when I cross the line, you know, I'm here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 to get straight. Then I can see in my right mirror when the tire of the trailer crosses the line. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And then this is going to be my reference point. All right, you're going to start here. And then the opening's right here. You got 0 feet, 20 feet, 40 feet. So when you go past the 40-foot cone, you're going to open up and you're going to pull into the space into the opposite lane. The opening is 57 feet long. This is how you see it, how the examiner sees it. You're going to pull up, and then left and straight. Right? Drive forward and steer to the left through the opening into the opposite lane, keeping the rightmost rear tire between the cone and the line. That's up here. All right, as you drive through, steer left through the opening, and then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Right? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 to get straight, and then 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 to move over. This opening here, like I said, it's 57 feet long. Right? You start, you come through the alley. Remember, you're going to drive through here. As you come out, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 to line yourself up. See this line here? You got the line and then the cone. Your back tires of your trailer should be between the line and the cones. As you're coming in now, as you're doing this maneuver, you're kind of aiming at the last cone up in the front as your reference point. So you got to come through here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 to get straight, and then 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 to move over to the right. Your truck tires. You have 2 sets of tires. It has to be on this side between the line and the cone. It can't be on that side. But any of your tires has to be on this side. So if you have all trucks have dual set of tires. So you went over, boom. He made it with the outside tire. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Now he's gonna pull. The person's gonna pull forward. Again, you come here. Another illustration. You're gonna come here. You want to be between the cone and the tire as you're pulling out. This is as he goes past the cone. Now, as you go past, see this cone and that cone there, they're in line with each other. So as I pull out into the into the opening onto the opposite lane, I'm going to immediately try to get straight in my mirrors. The trick is to get straight as fast as you can, within reason. You don't have to go all the way. If you want to pull all the way forward, that's great. If you like backing up, that's cool. You just have to be past the set of cones. Right? Once you pull out and you get straight, see, you just pulled out your tire, backmost tire, the tire of the trailer, not the tractor, the tire of the trailer. Went between the cone and the line. You pull up just past the cones and then you stop. Try to be straight. You cannot be crooked, like in the sense that you pulled the truck left and then you're kind of like in the perfect angle to back up. That's considered cheating. He'll probably make you pull forward and get completely straight. And if you're doing one of those where you're like, oh, I don't realize that I'm actually lined up, you're gonna get. That's gonna be considered cheating. When you pull out, you have to be straight in the line. Okay, and then see, not so far past the cones. This cone, remember, this cone and that cone are perfectly aligned with each other. As I go past the box, or I go into the opposite alley, into the opposite lane, I want to stay close to these cones. I'm not going to stop right at the cone. I'm going to stop just beyond it. Right? And then when you get into the position, you pop your brake, put the truck in neutral, and beep the horn. He will not grade you unless you beep the horn. Right? The next exercise, which is the hardest one for everybody to do. I mean, it's not that hard if you look at your reference points. You're going to reverse offset back. You will demonstrate your ability to offset back and park a vehicle at the end of the alley. So you're going to start here. You're going to do your reverse backing. You're going to pull into the box and you're going to finish with the back end of the bumper, not the trailer. Well, the trailer and the bumper are in the same spot. But you want to stay with that DOT bumper within the 3-foot box. You go past the box, you failed. You got 2 free pull-ups. Remember, we got 2 free pull-ups when we do this. So when I pull in, as long as the nose of my truck is beyond these lines right here, you got the dashes, the white lines. If the nose of my truck goes inside of this alley, those white lines become a solid line, and I cannot pull back out. That's why I'm going to try to judge to the best of my ability. When I come in, remember, I'm going to try to, when you dig in, you want to dig in here at the 40-foot cone, right? You got 40, 20, and 0 feet. You want to try to dig in as much as you can into the box. Right, you're going to start parallel with the outer boundary. This is the outer boundary. You're going to start parallel with the outer boundary, and you're going to offset back into the alley. Bring in the rearmost part of your vehicle. Rearmost part of your vehicle, or unique vehicle parts hired Then the door. Oh, that's for another type of vehicle. You're gonna reverse offset into the alley, and you're gonna put your back bumper inside the 3 foot box. Right now, you cannot pass the alley. Right, you cannot pass the alley. If you pass the alley, you're like doomed. Right, you go past the alley, it's considered hitting something. Uh, you want to try to avoid that at all costs. So you go past the alley, you're in trouble. You want to stay within the alley. And then you have 2 free pull ups and 2 get out and looks. Let's keep going. Right? You're going to start here. Remember, we just finished coming out. You're going to start right here. And then you're going to pull into the alley and try to put the back of the truck inside that 3 foot box. All right, this is where we left off at. You're going to back up. There's different techniques. We're not going to go over the techniques. We're just going to go over the maneuver. As you're backing in, right? I try to bring this tire and the cone directly aligned with each other. You come in, you don't have to go through the line again. You just have to bring the truck into this box. Now as the student's turning, they come in, turn on the wheel, the truck starts to pitch in, and then the next slide, as they turn to the left, it looks like it's good, but they're not straight. They pulled in, they left the truck crooked, which is going to be hell to fix. And I tell people, don't fight the box. The box always wins. So you got to be straight right here. The straighter you are, the easier it is for you to know where you're going. So now this person's a little bit crooked. See how that when they came in too far over. Now they're still over, which means they can pull up. Right? So he's going to pull forward. He's going to pull forward to get straight again. When this person pulls forward, this is the first pull up for the student. As they pull forward, they line themselves up to be even in the mirrors. And then they're going to attempt to back in again. Right? When you're backing in, this cone right here, remember 40 feet, 20 feet, 0 feet. This cone right here, I'm not necessarily aiming at the cone. I'm going to aim about a foot to a foot and a half in front of the cone. So like that, I can avoid hitting the cone at all. If I come in too close, I might have to pull forward. If I come in a little bit farther out, I might be right on the money. But I want to remember this lane is 12 feet long between the cone and my trailer. As I'm coming in, I want to keep the minimum of a foot and a half between the left side of my truck and the left side of the cones. Now you can look in that right mirror, but I don't stare in the mirror. I look, but I don't stare. You stare in that mirror, uh, that mirror is a liar. You're backing up, say, "Oh man, I got you," and then the mirror is saying, "You don't got me, I got you. Look at the left, you're all crooked." So now, as they come in, see they did the pull up. Now they line themselves up a little bit better. They're coming in. They're still not straight in the box, but they're still coming in nonetheless. Coming in a little bit closer to the cones, should be turning left. The person is still close to the cones. You're gonna stop and you're gonna say, "Man, I probably got to pull up again because I'm way too close to the cones." So what does that person do? Correct. They're gonna pull up. But remember, in the previous slide, the truck was already within the boundary here. Like he pulled up the first time. His truck was still with the ability for him to pull out and then pull in. This time, he's pulled in. He's in the box. He's far enough in the box where he's like, man, I'm gonna have to pull forward. So when you pull forward, you got to be looking at that trailer. You turn hard, hard right. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 to get straight in the box. So yeah, they pulled up. Person straight in the box. The next thing all you got to do is put the truck in reverse and try to keep yourself nice and steady as they're backing up. Get a little bit squiggly line. That's fine. They're still backing up. See right here how you can tell just barely that the truck's not straight. And when I mean straight, I mean straight meaning the box and the tractor have to be straight. When they're backing up, this is what you see on the outside. You're going to have the 3-foot box at the end of the alley. Again, you cannot go past the cones. If you go past the cones, you failed. You have to, if I'm backing up and I pull up over here and I stop, I'm going to get out and look and see how much space I got left. I'm not gonna just not get out and look. You have to get out and look. That's part of what you're doing. All right, let's look at the next slide. See, they came in, they're a little bit squiggly, but that's fine. Truck, the truck can be crooked as long as it's inside the box. All right, and then how do I know it's inside the box? Well, I'm gonna do my 3 points of contact, and I'm gonna check. I'm always gonna check 3 points of contact. I'm gonna exit the vehicle to check around. Remember, I have two get out and look. So I'm looking. Person's gonna come back here. Oh man, I'm right on the money. Right? The bumper is within 3-foot box. That the bumper's in the 3-foot box. Now, I'm not just gonna go by what I see on the left. I'm gonna go and check both sides. Once I check the both sides, I'm gonna go back to the truck, right? I'm gonna go back to the truck. I'm gonna get in the truck. I'm good on both sides. I hit the little pull button, which means I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna get back in the truck. Then I'm gonna beep the horn. Beep beep. The examiner's right here. Once you beep the horn, right, the examiner is gonna walk around to the tractor. He's gonna get in the truck with you, and he's gonna signal to you. On my location, my front gate is the railroad crossing. This pad to the railroad crossing is less than 500 feet. So he's going to tell you, you see that front gate? That's my railroad crossing. Remember, we don't have something, for the most part, they don't have, I've never seen anywhere where they have exactly 500 feet measured out on the floor. Because my 500 feet can be different than your 500 feet. It's just an approximate. When they put the signs up out there, out on the roads, yeah, all that stuff is measured. And sometimes they can't put the sign within the 2 to 500 feet because the way the road is. So it's all everything is based on where the road is and stuff like that. So he's gonna say, hey, see that the front gate? That's my railroad crossing. What are we going to do for the railroad crossing? Say, oh, Mr. Examiner, between 500 to 200 feet, I'm gonna put my railroad crossing sign, and I'm gonna put my hazard lights, my 4-way flashers. You hit them 4-way flashers, you drive up and around to the gate. You're going to stop. As you come up to the gate, you're going to see the round sign, which is the 5 to 200 feet marker. As you come up to the cross bucks that say railroad crossing, you're going to stop within 15 to 50 feet. Remember, there's nothing on the ground that says 50 feet and you stop and the examiner says, oh man, you failed because you're 50 feet and 2 inches. We don't do that BS. Your 50 feet is different than mine. I'll stop, whatever, 10 feet from the line. It's gonna be 5 feet too short. So you wanna be able to come up at least 15 to 50 feet. You're gonna roll your windows down. If you have the air is like blaring and the air is super, super loud. What you're gonna do is what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn the air off, roll the windows down. You're gonna look in the left, look in the right, right, left again. I don't see no train. I don't hear no train. If the truck is stick, leave the truck in gear and pull forward. You're gonna go across the tracks. When you go across the tracks, once you clear the tracks, you tell the examiner, hey, I'm gonna pull forward. I'm gonna pull forward. You're not gonna shift. Once you clear that crossbuck and you see that crossbuck in your rearview mirror, then you cancel your four-way flashers and then you can shift. If you're in an automatic truck, obviously the truck's gonna shift regardless because it's an automatic. You're gonna do the same thing. Pull up to the tracks. We got your two windows. Left window. I don't see no train. I don't hear no train. Look in your right window. I don't see no train. Hear no train. Left, right, and left again. I'm clear to cross the tracks without having to stop with the truck and trailer on top of the tracks. You have to be clear. Go through the railroad crossing with your four ways on. Once you pass the railroad crossing, you're going to go ahead and cancel your four ways and continue on your journey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video helps you out on learning to do the maneuvers. I did a little bit of the overhead part and then actual pictures. If you like this video, share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for your patience. Bye bye.